Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. And 2021 is just about in the books. In between Christmas and then the New Year, and maybe even a little bit into the New Year, I would like to just do a few kind of recap videos where I go over my top 5, my favorite pickups, top 5 sleepers, top 5 Jordans, top 5 Yeezys, that sort of thing. Let me know in the comments what you'd be interested in seeing. I'm going to start it all off with my top 5 beaters. I get that question a lot. Just people asking what I wear as my everyday normal beaters. All I did for that is I went to my closet and I looked at the shoes that don't necessarily have boxes anymore, and they're just sitting in my shoe pile because those are the ones I go back to. That's what I end up just throwing on my foot if I'm not trying to flex. These are shoes I don't have to worry about messing up. They're comfortable for the most part. I just think they're great options for wearing every day. A lot of these are very, very accessible. Let me know what topics you would like to see to close out the year of 2021. It's been a crazy year. I don't know how many pair of shoes I bought, but it was way more than what I planned on getting. And I've just really enjoyed growing the channel, and I think this will be a fun little series to do. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's get into my top 5 beaters of 2021. And before we get started with the official list, I would just like to say that an honorable mention goes out to these. These are the Pure Platinum Dunks. And I have just gotten a lot of wear out of these, but I couldn't really put them on my beater list because I don't know, I don't put them on quite that level yet. However, I have worn these things like crazy, and it's another pair that you really don't have to worry about too much. They're still really affordable, and the style and the materials are just really on point. So anyhow, to the list. Okay, so again, to qualify, my top 5 beaters, to me, that just means the shoes that I wore the most. Not specifically for like special occasions, anything like that. Just the shoes that I would mindlessly throw on and head out the door. So, let's get to the first pair. So to start it off, this is the Space Hippie 01, and I forget what they called this. Was it melon? Something like that. But I ordered these early from End before they dropped on, I think they actually dropped on the Sneakers app, but now they're still available on the Nike app. And this shoe was probably my most worn shoe in the heat of the summer. I think that this knit material on the upper is just very breathable. It's very thin, but then at the same time, the colors made it ideal for the warm weather, and they are just ridiculously comfortable. I am really, really impressed with this pair, and I'll probably continue to watch this silhouette, just the Space Hippie 01, and whenever they're on sale, or if there's a color that I really like after I run these into the ground, I'll probably always keep a pair in the rotation just because the comfort is insane. They actually clean up pretty well. I don't know how many times I've cleaned grass stains off the toe box of these. I didn't baby these at all. I mean, they've been through cookouts, hikes, all that kind of stuff, but they've really held up well, and I think they look pretty cool too. This, I will say though, is a warm weather shoe in my opinion. I won't get anywhere of this over the winter time. And once again, we have a silhouette that I've never owned before until this year, and I wore this pair of shoes like crazy. These would go with a whole lot. I don't know how many times I had people say, "What Yeezys are those?" And they're not Yeezys, they are Adidas Oswegos. This was also a purchase that I made from End, and I don't know if this light blue or halo blue color is available in the US. I don't know if it ever did come stateside. However, Oswegos are really easy to buy. They're always on sale on Adidas. And much like the Space Hippie 01, they're super comfortable. They go with just about everything, and they're really unique looking. They have a really modern design, whereas the Space Hippie 01 is a pretty new silhouette. I think the Oswego's been around since like the 90s. And I've said multiple times, I feel like Kanye has probably gotten some influence for some of his silhouettes from shoes like the Adidas Oswego. But I just really, really like this pair. They go with just about everything, and I have put a lot of miles on them, and they still look nice. I mean, this is another one too. The upper is pretty much all mesh. It's not quite as thin as the Space Hippies, but it's not a real warm shoe. And it's probably one that's in the closet until the weather gets nicer now. But I'll get plenty more wear out of these. They're affordable. They're around $100 brand new. And I just really, really like this pair. So that's my number 2 on my list of beaters from 2021. And then third, this is a brand new silhouette to Nike. I believe it just came out in 2021. And this is the Air Max Pre-Day 01. I'm a big fan of Air Maxes, and I'm also a fan of retro-looking running shoes. And I feel like this is a perfect mashup of that. I don't recall exactly what the color on these was, but these are still available, and actually they might be on sale as well. I think you can still get these on the Nike app. And one thing I love about these is just that really futuristic looking air bubble. But again, these aren't as comfortable to me as the previous 2 shoes that I mentioned, the Space Hippie 01 and the Oswegos, but they are really comfortable. I've worn these to like concerts where I've been all day and had them on feet and done a lot of walking and whatnot, and I've got no complaints with them. They do give you more firm support than what the previously mentioned shoes do. But again, this is a brand new silhouette. It's pretty easy to get, and I've gotten a ton of wear out of these things, and they've really held up pretty well. So that is my number 3 on top beaters for 2021. Okay, so number 4, this isn't specifically limited to this colorway, but Jordan 1 mids. I have to have Jordan 1 mids on there because I wear them so much. This is actually the Hyper Royal colorway, which is one of my favorite combos on the Jordan 1 silhouette. And I grabbed this pair and the same pair for the baby whenever these came out, and we've both really gotten a lot of miles out of them. And they still look pretty good. I haven't babied these at all. I haven't cleaned them before the video or anything. But, I mean, they've held up really well. They're as comfortable as Jordan 1. So, not the most comfortable, but as far as style goes and just being able to throw them on your feet and not worry about them, I love Jordan 1 mids. And it seems like they're growing a little bit in popularity. It seems like they're finally catching on a little bit. But this is number 4, the Jordan 1 mid on my favorite beaters of 2021. And then last but certainly not least, my favorite beater of 2021 is the New Balance 550. I wore this shoe when the weather was warmer, but I continue to wear it into the cooler weather just because it keeps my feet nice and warm, keeps them dry with this leather upper. But I love the retro style, and I can't get enough of them. But let me know what your favorite beater is.